Hey everybody, Brett Williams here, director of Sanford Performing Arts Center. I'm zooming right now from the Sanford Performing Arts Center backstage to somewhere in Las Vegas where Kent Axell, who is coming to our stage on Saturday, March 9th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at sanfordpac.org. But Kent is going to blow your mind. He's hopefully going to blow my mind right now because I've been chatting a lot with Kent lately, a fellow Mainer, by the way. So a bit of a homecoming tour for him when he comes to Maine. And I said, Kent, show me a little bit of what we can expect. And he offered to do like a Zoom, and we'll see how this works out. And I have no idea what to expect, everybody. Okay, so I've not been prepped at all, one way or the other. I just was told to be on the Zoom call at this time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I am a fellow Mainer from Augusta, Maine. I grew up there, or Manchester. You guys know your
where that is, right?
Shorthanded. Yeah. So here I'm gonna switch cameras because I have a camera that's gonna face down here to my table. But rest assured, I'm still here.
Okay.
And like we do in the show, at some point, Brett, I'm going to turn you into a mind reader. Here we go. I've got an envelope on the table, more about that later. But right now, what's more important is these 5 shapes: the circle, the plus, the wavy lines, the square, and the star. You might recognize these shapes from the Ghostbusters film in common parlance, right? But more importantly, they came there because they were part of an experiment. They were part of an experiment in Duke University to see if people could actually read minds, or if people had any sense of ESP.
Okay.
And the reason these particular shapes were chosen is because if you did get a sense of one of them in your mind, it would be almost impossible to confuse it with another one of the shapes. They're very distinct. So what we have is the circle, we have the plus, we have the wavy lines, and we have the square, and we have the star. Now we have 5 shapes and 5 matching cards as well. So there's the circle, there's the plus, there's the wavy lines, there's the square, and there is the star. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to mix these up so that you don't know which one is where.
Okay.
And once I've done this, I'm going to ask you to tell me which one belongs where. I'm going to look at them, and then you're going to read my mind. Now, I know it's kind of high pressure to ask you to just read a mind off the bat like this. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a buffer here. Let's say you have an imaginary friend, and the imaginary friend is going to read my mind for you. Then you can consult him, right? Pretend like that, yeah?
Right.
Oh, incidentally, what would you call this imaginary friend?
Oh, Gary.
Gary? No kidding. Yeah, that's a great name.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah, hey, Gary's gonna tell you where these cards belong. Okay. So
here we go.
Is this the circle, the plus, the wavy lines, the square, or the star? What does Gary tell you?
I think that's the square.
You think that's the square?
Yes.
So do you want to see this now, or do you want to see this later?
I'll see it later.
You see it later. Okay. So what does Gary say about this one right here?
I think that's the plus.
The plus. All right. What does Gary say about this one?
Star.
Star. Very good. And so
I'm very nervous I'm going to do something wrong here. All right.
No.
That's the wavy lines.
Sure. Okay. That would mean that this is the circle. But do you get any feeling in the last minute that Gary would want you to change this with anything else, or is this the circle for sure?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think the circle is the square.
Okay. So actually, we're going to put this here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put this here.
Okay, yeah. Gary,
I'm really glad that you didn't ask to show this before, because that was correct. That last bit, which is great, because if you look here at the wavy lines, I was pretty certain about that one too. The wavy lines look pretty good.
Man, yeah.
How are we doing so far? Are you enjoying yourself?
I'm not comfortable right now.
You were killing it. Look, this is we had that as the plus.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And then we had just 2 more. And that was the circle and the star.
Oh my God.
Now, here's the thing. Your
Yeah.
imaginary friend was so helpful, but I was
Very.
certain that you actually had one. And in fact, I was so certain that I spoke with your imaginary friend first. That's how he knew all the answers, because I've had an envelope here since the beginning, right? And
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Don't do this. Don't
And
even.
inside there is a card,
Yup.
and the name on that
No.
card is Gary.
All right. Unbelievable. Everybody has to come see you. Kent Axell. I swear I had no planning on this. Get your tickets at sanfordpac.org. Kent is coming to our stage on Saturday, March 9th at 7 p.m. Bring your friends, and I am 1,000% mind blown right now.
Thank you so much, Brett, and we'll see everyone at the Sanford Performing Arts Center.